Don't watch your grandkids grow up from a hunched position. Get that spine erect and elongated with these fun exercises. So many of us watch our back postures start to worsen over the years, and it seriously affects the quality of our life. We start to move through life with this kind of like hunched over back posture. This worsening can bring about several problems, including chronic back pain, less mobility, and making the simple tasks in life really challenging for you to navigate. This decline in our posture ends up having us to deal with so many more health problems, such as problems with breathing and balance. It's tough dealing with the challenges that come with aging. And so many of us worry about losing our freedom if we can't move as easily. A poor posture can also make you feel isolated, that you're not able to join in on all the fun that your friends and family and loved ones are possibly enjoying. Poor posture can make you feel older than you really are. And sometimes the fear of physical decline can leave you feeling helpless, isolated, and alone, and afraid that there's never any answers. So enhancing your posture just isn't about reducing pain. It's also about improving your mobility and sense of freedom in life. Exercises that strengthen your core and improve your alignment provide more than just relief. They can bring you back to an active and involved lifestyle. So let's jump into these practices. So let's dive into some of our practices to correct upper back hunch, because the last thing I want you guys to be doing is to be walking through life like this. Now, the more the hunch you are probably dealing with, the more longer it's going to take to begin to fix it. And one of the reasons why you are hunched over like this is because a lot of the muscles in the upper back are weak. And so what we're going to start doing is start slowly and gradually strengthening them. One of the big muscles in there is the trapezius muscle, and so I'm going to show you some really nice hacks on how to get that muscle activated. As you can see, I've got a chair here, and we're going to start off by sitting on the chair, and then we're going to graduate slowly to more challenging poses. I want to let you know that the final thing that we do is going to be the one that's going to be the most rewarding for you. So the last one is the one that you want to pay attention to. The beginning exercises that we're going to be doing to get rid of the hunch in your upper back are also important. So having said that, come onto your chair. Now I'm going to invite you to sit more towards the edge of the chair rather than just kind of hanging out like this, okay? So we actually want to work on having a straight spine as much as possible here, okay? So the very first thing you're gonna do actually is just cross your arms like this. And I want you to lift up a little bit, rotate to the right, and then kind of like feel like you're arching the spine just a little bit more. And you're kind of, without really moving, you're gonna kind of feel like you're twisting even more to the right, and then come back. So it's a very subtle movement. This particular muscle activation is targeting a muscle called, you don't have to remember it, semispinalis thoracis. And it's such an important muscle in the upper back that helps you to pull your spine straight. It helps you to elongate your spine as much as possible. So notice that when we start to turn muscles on, life is easier, movement is easier, stability is engendered, mobility is gained. Isn't that great? Recross the arms the opposite way if you like. Come into a little subtle back bend, turn to the left this time just a bit, and then kind of feel like you're lifting up even more so. So you might feel this a little bit more on the right side of your back. And part of that is because we are actually working semispinalis on the right side of the spine. It's an opposite side rotator. Now there's another couple of muscles in the lower back that we also want to target. And for this one, what I'd like you to do is to bring your hands behind your neck. And you're again going to, this time, actually rotate just a little bit to the right, not a lot, just a little bit to the right, and then arch back as much as you can comfortably. Now, you're not going to probably go very far, so when I say arch back as much as you can, acknowledge that this isn't a competition. It's just going to a place that's comfortable, and then relax the arms down. One of the #1 axioms in a yama is less is more. What is more? Less. So bring the hands behind your neck, rotate a little bit to the right first, and then lift up and back. Very good. And then come back and relax the hands down. Okay, so now bring the hands one last time behind your neck. Turn a little to the left and lift up the chest and take that nice back bend. Again, you might notice that you're able to go back just a little bit more than you did the very first time. But don't push it, please. Just go to your own comfortability, your own range of motion. Remember, what is more? Less. And then come on up and relax the hands down. Do you notice how much taller you're sitting right now? Pay off over time, but if you are feeling better, give me a thumbs up on this video, click a like, and comment below and just tell me from these last 2 simple exercises, how's it going, you know? Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is activate our traps, and I mentioned that at the top of the video, how important it is to activate the traps. And doing this from a chair is just really lovely. Just really delicious. So what I'd like you to do though is sit with a really erect spine as much as possible. Bring the arms up to the sky and make a V. Now this is a V, this is a U if your arms are right up, like your arms are beside your ears, and this is a T. So a V is in the middle of a U and a T. So let's bring our arms up like a V and have the thumbs pointed back. Now some of you who are really dealing with a hunched back will find this a little challenging. And again, remember, what is more? Less. Okay, so less is more. Bring the arms up as much as you can, and if they start to bend, stop there. That is telling you like that's as far as you can go. And then slowly come on down. And this is working so beautifully, the lower traps, right? So bring them up. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. Doing this is gonna make you stronger than most bodybuilders. Most bodybuilders, and by the way, you'll look at most bodybuilders, they're hunched over. They're not standing very well. So by you doing this exercise, you actually are gonna have stronger, from a neurological perspective, that is, traps than most bodybuilders. Let's do it again, guys. So bring the arms up, lift up the chest, lift up the heart. And this is gonna be the last one. And see if you can take just a little bit of a back bend here, but now bring the arms back just a little bit more and then come on down. Very good. Now what we're gonna do is work the mid traps. So with the mid traps, bring the arms out to the sides. Now the palms, if you look at them, the palms are gonna face forward. So this is bringing your arms out like a T. So not a U and not a V, like a T. So bring the arms out. Now, if you can, start to rotate those palms upwards towards the sky. And even if you can, rotate them back a little bit more. Now bring the arms back and squeeze them back together, and you're gonna feel this in between your shoulder blades, and this is just really lovely. You're actually also getting a little bit of rhomboid here as well, and then come on down. So that's really lovely. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like my shoulders are really starting to work here. Are you guys feeling your shoulders working? If it begins to get too much for you, stop the video, take a break, and then resume. Or just kind of like call it a day. Like, come back to this video again tomorrow, because the worst thing that you can do is cause more stress in your shoulders. But again, just start to notice how you're feeling. Are you sitting more erect? And we really haven't done much. Like, if you think about it, we've just been sitting here, we've just been moving the body a little bit, lifting the chest a little bit. And by doing that, we're starting to turn the muscles on. Bring the arms out to the sides, turn the palms up, squeeze the arms back, and maybe lift the head or the chest just a little bit. And then come on down. Very nice. Let's do it again. Bring the arms out like a T, turn the palms up, externally rotate them a little bit more, and then bring the arms back. Again, there's this sense, if you can imagine it, with your shoulder blades squeezing together. Very nice. And then bring the arms down. And we're going to do that one more time. One more time. I don't know any more of the words of that song, by the way. Bring the arms out and then turn the palms up. Bring the arms back a little bit and then lift the chin and squeeze the arm bones back. Beautiful. Inhaling deeply and exhale and then come on down. Now, of course, we're going to save the best for last. And this last one is, I hope we're still going to be friends afterwards, because more often than not, people don't want to be friends with me. So I hope that you guys are going to stay friends with me after this, okay? So what we're going to do is come down onto our stomachs, onto the mat. And as I mentioned before, this is like the big pose. Now, for some of you, it may not be worth it to start here, so please don't start with this one. Go through this little routine, do it for a few weeks, get stronger in your back, and then start adding this. But start adding this as soon as you can, because it's just, the rewards are gonna pay off. If you can do this one exercise, I call it the key to unlocking the fountain of eternal youth in the body. Let's come and meet down onto the mat. Okay, so now that we're on our mats, what we're going to do is bring the hands down beside us. As I said, this is not easy, this one, and I'm gonna set it up in two different ways. We'll do the little easier version first, and then we're going to do the harder version next. So this little bit of an easier version, and also, please don't think that easier is necessarily worse. It actually is better if you are just kind of having a big hunch in your back. So just rest the forehead down. For the purpose of me filming, I'm actually going to lift my head up just a little bit because the sound quality changes. So don't lift your head up, just keep it down. And then you're going to bring the arms out to the sides and start to turn the palms forward and then stop at that V. Now, remember, not the U and not the T, the V. The V is about halfway. And you're going to lift them up as high as you can. And then slowly start to bring the arms back. And we'll do that one more time. So you're going to bring the arms forward. And we're actually going to add on here. And the add-on is to bend the elbows. And bend the elbows to about 90. And 90 is level with your shoulders. And then bring the arms forward to that V, and then bring the arms back. And if it feels good, just kind of pause here for a moment, even pause the video, because it's better that you do this from a relaxed state than from a stressed state, okay? So let's do it again. Bring the arms forward to that V. Again, I'm just lifting my head because I don't want the mic to sound muffled. So keep your forehead down, relax everything else, bend the elbows to 90, and then bring the arms forward, and then bring the arms back. So now we're gonna go for broke. And this is where we might part ways, because sometimes people don't like me very much after I do this with them. But this is the most effective way to get rid of that hunch. This is the one that you've been waiting for. But it is really challenging, especially if you are a person that has a hunch. If you do have a hunch, I would not recommend starting here. I don't know how useful it is, but give it a try. You're gonna lift, this time though, you're gonna lift the chest. So lift the chest as high as you can. If you want to pay attention to details, keep your glutes relaxed here. And then bring the arms forward to that V. And lift up higher. Lift the arms up and then bend the elbows. And then bring the arms forward. And then slowly down. Friends, this is like one of the best things you can do for your back. Lift up, bring the arms forward to that V. Lift up, up, up. Bend the elbows. And then bring the arms forward. Turn the corners of your mouth upwards and then bring the arms down. Did you laugh at yourself? If you didn't, learn to laugh at yourself, because if you're going to be a mess in life, be a happy mess. Let's do it one more time. Lift up the chest and then bring the arms forward. This is the last one, so let's really go for it. Lift up a little bit more. A little bit more. Bend the elbows. Turn the corners of your mouth upwards. Bring the arms forward. Lift up. And then bring the arms back. I want to invite you to bring your hands forward. Rest your forehead onto the backs of your wrists or forearms. And just stay here in crocodile pose for as long as you like. These poses are so great for you. But also, do you notice like how you feel right now? There's a sense of aliveness, a sense of strength, and more importantly, a sense of mobility that I don't think some of you have felt for a long time in your upper back. You don't need to do crazy back bends. You don't need to go to these crazy stretch labs, because they're actually going to do more damage than good to your body. Just follow this simple routine, and you're going to have a very positive net effect on the muscles in your upper back, and it's going to start having a positive effect on removing that hunch over time. Is it going to take time? Yes, it's going to take time. But more importantly, you're going to notice is that your neck muscles will relax, your shoulder muscles will begin to relax, and you'll be able to start standing better in life. As we stand better in life, we see life differently, and it affects our emotional equilibrium so much more positively. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Namaste.